Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our new fall season of the Urban Leadership Post podcast. I hope everyone had a great summer as I did, and we're so grateful to be here. And we just are just so honored to have had this beautiful break, but now we're back here sharing our news, sharing information with our listeners in the fall season 2018 of the Urban Leadership Post podcast. I'm so excited, and let's not forget that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. This morning, I have with me live Debbie Booth. She is the Executive Director, the VP of Social Media for ICCM, and Dr. Chitwood. What she has done with that social media platform in the past 5 years is phenomenal. And now she has great news for all of you who are listening to us this morning, how you can be involved with a startup social media company, just as how Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the other sites started, and how you can be a beta tester, but not just a tester, but also be compensated. And so this morning, we have Debbie Booth again, and she will take over the program and begin to explain to you about this new phenomenon of social media called web talk. Debbie?
Well, good morning, Pastor Ray. I just want to thank you for bringing me into the Urban Leadership podcast this morning. And I am on fire. I have some phenomenal news to share with everyone. As Pastor Ray just mentioned, we are in the harvest time, and timing is everything. And this was brought to me, placed in my hands only about a week ago, and it is on fire, and it's a tremendous opportunity. And the opportunity is called Web Talk. We'll give you a little bit of, Pastor Ray, I'll give you a little bit of information about Web Talk, and it might sound just a little bit technical, but just bear with me, because we'll turn around and we'll just break it down in real talk. Is that okay with you?
Great.
Okay, so it is the next generation in social networking, and the name of the company is Web Talk. It is the next generation networking utility that creates a new era of communication and relationship management. Web Talk is a global big data software technology company focused on relationship-based data mining, storage, and search technology to power the next generation communication and commerce utility. They are using a patent-pending data labeling process that they refer to as social CRM. What this is social networking. We all are accustomed to social media. This is what I call like a hybrid of MySpace, the old school, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Dropbox. It is a accumulation of all those platforms that we're accustomed to coming together all into one network using that patent-pending label process. WebTalk has been able to reinvent the online relationship management through an user experience that is unparalleled in the industry, creating an entirely new class of products to manage your contacts, communications, and content seamlessly. Their mission is to organize and validate the world's information, the people, and the businesses to create a trustworthy virtual economy. So what we're looking at is putting technology to work for you, and you should not work for technology. So what they're doing is through filters, search, and organization, WebTalk will help you get the right information when you want it, so you can get back to living your life. So through targeted communication, WebTalk is going to help you grow your relationship, your career, and your businesses. And you did touch on something, but I'm going to come back to that, and that's with regards to the revenue sharing during this period. I do want to stipulate, like Pastor Ray mentioned, this is the beta testing phase of the website. So what we're going to be discussing with regards to that compensation is for the beta testers. And it's a tremendous opportunity, and I'm so excited about that. I can't even believe that opportunity is being placed in our hands.
Right.
Praise the Lord. All glory goes to Him.
Right.
And there's a component there that I do want to mention. I think it's really important. WebTalk is donating 10% of all their profits to charity. They're looking to inspire more people to open their own nonprofit businesses with their help and continue with their mission. Now, that completely lines up with everything that Dr. Michael Sitwin does.
Yes.
So I see this as a wonderful opportunity to incorporate the things that Dr. Sitwin has taught us over the years in a community that we're prepared for. We're ready to do the things to maximize our potential in that community. So we can go like this. You can ask me questions, Pastor Ray, at this point. I will break it down more into like the real talk so everyone can understand what web talk is and how web talk can benefit them.
Okay, and so, well, the very first question that I'd like to address is, what would you say to the skeptic that, said like, okay, everybody has something going on, and who would give you money for free?
That's web talk. There's a video that really touched my heart. I want to mention the CEO, founder of web talk is RJ Garbowitz. He did a video which anyone can go on to YouTube and take a look at it. And it was what is my why? Why did I set this up? And at the end of the day, his whole purpose, his vision was the most important thing that we have is our lives and our family. And a lot of times our businesses and our careers take us away from that. So his whole vision was to be able to give people's lives back to them so they don't have to work so hard. They can spend more time with their family, because that's what we're here for. We're here to live in a community where we help each other, we love each other, we take care of one another, and we take care of our family. So his vision is all encompassing that particular thought. So with that being said, yes, he is giving the beta testers an opportunity to help grow his community and test his product before it goes live. And the compensation is extremely generous, as you mentioned. The beta testers are going to receive up to 50% revenue of the WebTalk community.
And so what would RJ say to the individual that says, why would you give me 50% of your revenue?
What he would say is essentially that you are the ones that are going to help build his community. He has a tremendous product that he has spent $6.5 million on the technology and the design and the architect. What good is that product if he doesn't have a community to deliver it to? So with that being said, he put that in place, originally offering the beta testers up to the first million referrals that they bring into the community. He has now listed that 1 million beta use tester and extended it for a little bit longer of because of the generosity definition is hard because the community has grown so fast. When I heard about webtalk about maybe 7 days ago, I first came into the community 7 days ago.
Yes.
250,000 beta testers. There's 550,000 beta testers right now. So the generosity in its heart, it will lock in. Don't misunderstand me. This is for the beta users at the 50 up to the 50%.
And that's what I wanted you to explain. Like, explain the process of presenting a new platform for social media. The same type of process that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those other sites had to go through this very exact same process, correct?
Yeah, they went through beta testing. They all did.
And so the purpose of the beta testing is, could you explain that to someone that, I'm sure there'll be someone listening like, okay, so what is beta testing? And, and what happens after the 1 million people are reached?
Okay. So a website needs to be tested for its glitches and its bugs. And it's a process that's done before it goes live. You're within the website, if you will, testing all the features of the software of that website to make sure it's running properly over a period of time to give them the opportunity to work out the glitches and make sure all of its features are running properly. So that's the role of a beta tester, is to test out the product to make sure that everything is running properly before that website goes live. And during that process, like I mentioned, the beta testers for webtalk are being compensated for inviting their friends to become a beta tester, and eventually, obviously, they will be members of the webtalk community. But it gives them an opportunity to go in, just like you did on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or LinkedIn. You go in and you set up your profile. You set up your profile, and then you can actually start posting on the news feed, just like you do on Facebook. The only difference is what you mentioned is, yes, every last platform always had to have beta testers, but they didn't compensate those beta testers. They didn't get 50% revenue during the beta testing period. So what you do is it's really simple, Pastor A.
Mm-hmm.
It is by invitation only, because it is not a live website. So you can't do a search. Webtalk.co and get into the website because it's not open to the public. It has not been launched. You have to have an invitation from a beta tester to get in. So principle is you invite your friends, you send them an invitation so that they can get on to webtalk.
And
so they can set up their profile. So it's also an opportunity for a company or an individual to start branding themselves in a brand new community. I will expand on that just for a second. Facebook has had its season, and this is not meant to slam Facebook in any way, but speaking from experience, all of us are kind of aware of this, especially if you have a lot of presence in social media. There is an extreme amount of censorship that goes on all the other platforms. I am not free to express what I think, what I believe, or what I feel. My beliefs don't line up with that platform. I am censored, and I joke about it. I spend so much time in Facebook jail where they suspend my ability to post a graphic or a video that has a spiritual sign up with their, for instance, I posted web talk invitations on Dr. Chitwood's Facebook, and they suspended me from interacting with the people that I brought to Facebook. In other words, and we all know it, we are not allowed to reach out and interact with our own followers. And there's a problem with that. And WebTalk being into the horizon about the development of it was about 5 or 6 years ago. And this is going to be a neutral community where everyone is free to express their thoughts, their beliefs, their opinions in this community without censorship.
Wow.
You know what's really, really great? I'll tell you, one of the greatest features about WebTalk is the fact it's that relationship-based data mining and storage that I was referencing. This is, if you will, because I don't want to get real confusing to people. For some people, this will be exactly like a Facebook account where you just go in and you put your personal information, or you're sharing with your family the dinner that you had last night. You're posting a picture of it, social engagement. But they set this technology up in such a brilliant way where within your same profile you are able. This is what we're talking about when we're speaking target communication. Is you're able on the same profile to separate your professional contact with your personal relationship. You do not commingle. So in other words, when I post that picture of my granddaughter cheerleading, my business contact will not see that. When I bring people in, my followers in, I'm setting them up into, if you will, like file folders.
Right.
And I have the ability to have 2 different timelines where I have my business, so my business associates don't see my granddaughter. I don't want the world to see that.
Right.
My friends and my family to see that. But then the same thing is true. I don't want my family necessarily commingling into my business relationship.
Now that's the very unique feature that I am attracted to with Web Talk, because just as you explained, it gives you the ability to control, basically who can look into your personal life and who can look into your business life. You know what I mean? And as you just stated, there are some instances that you don't want your family members to be able to interact with your with people you do business with. You understand what I'm saying? And the people that you do business with, maybe you don't want them to see your family, or you know what I mean, or know things about your family, or know where you went on vacation, or you understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the strong points for me for Web Talk, because I'm very shy on social media. And so I really don't like to post pictures, but I do, but not, I don't flood, my social media with pictures. I really don't like, to expose a lot of stuff for the very fact is that I don't want everyone that I know to see the different parts of my life. My personal life is my personal life, and my private life is my private life. So if like, I know some people say, well, because I've asked people, well, why would you post all that about, let's say somebody's so sick and, all that on Facebook. And so the answer that I've gotten is that that's one of the ways that I am able to get in touch with family that I don't have their numbers or that I can't, or that we don't talk. That's the quickest way that I can get in touch with family members. Well, with webtalk, what I love about that feature is, okay, of course, if you have your friends, you have your family, and you have your acquaintances. So you can choose and pick which one that person, when you accept their request to connect with you, those are the three categories that people can fall in, correct? So
that's correct. And it's so simple. You've been on there already.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And you're already in the community.
Right.
It's not like, it's not rocket science. Everybody already knows how to use social media.
So that's what I was saying. I want the listeners to really understand. So if you just put people in your family, they're in your family, right? If you put people as a friend, they're as a friend. And so friend and family is kind of a personal thing. And then you have acquaintance with that be just basically a professional relationship that you have with a person.
And you're able to even classify that down further for future use. For instance, maybe like people's immediate family members. And so you want to target and have a group conversation with certain people. You're able to add notes. So not all, I can actually, in my business relationship, if it's a XYZ corporation, then I can note that in that file when I'm entering that person. So if I specifically only want to send something to see the news feeds on that particular corporation, I can put that in my notes.
Okay.
And then I can pull that up later and be very specific as to the news feed that I'm looking at. So do you see, this is really brilliant technology of simple segregation of your family and your friends and your professional contacts, plus then the segregation of your inner and outer network. So that it brings you back in control of your time and your relationship.
And so how can people kind of see who the creator is of this social media site? How can they see who he is, find out more about him? How do they, can you explain to us the different sites that are available now for people to see the training? As a matter of fact, Charlie Hope is doing he's doing a webinar, right? Correct? Today, a training session.
That's correct. I do want to offer this out for everyone that comes on board with Pastor Ray. You will need to. I don't know, Pastor Ray, if you're giving out your email address for people to send you requests for invitations, but the long story short, the purpose of this podcast is to get that information out there, and you'll need to contact Pastor Ray because it is by invitation only. But what I'm offering everyone that comes into webtalk through Pastor Ray is a Facebook group, and Pastor Ray will provide you with that name when she gives you all the information when you come on board as a beta tester. So in that group, you'll be able to be traced completely. How do I set up my profile? What do I do next? How do I use this? Any questions that you have, we have 3 webinars daily. Charlie Hope is the one that's giving the webinars, and RJ Garbowitz has done a tutorial on YouTube teaching you how to use webtalk. It's so simple. It is so easy. So really, we don't want to get bogged down into the technical parts of that part. All we want you to do is become a part of webtalk community. This is the groundbreaking opportunity for you to actually make money in doing what what you're doing right now in social media.
And could you tell our listeners that how very time sensitive of them, getting in is? That
you have to do this before. Yep, the compensation is a 50% up to 50% revenue share with the user at up to 5 levels of separation. So what that means is that I invited you, you invited somebody else, they invited somebody else. So we have to have time for all the different levels to come into fruition so that you get revenue on up to all 5 levels. And that is locked in. When that happens, when they go live, that's your answer. We're anticipating within the next 60 days that webtalk goes live. So, with that being said, you have to have opportunities to get your invitations out to people. All you do is email people that you know. You have a broadcast, podcast, whatever, be creative. That's what I can tell you. Be creative to get the message out that there is an opportunity at WebTalk to make up to 50% revenue at 5 levels of separation while they're in the beta testing period. At that time, when it goes live, everyone that you have become your referral. That referral is the person that you introduce to WebTalk, and they come in the community, they complete their profile, and they start inviting other people. All of that is locked in. Those revenues are paid for live on a monthly basis. But you have to act on this now. The community went from 250,000 to 550,000 in just a little over a week. So you need to get in to give yourself time. You need to contact Pastor Ray at her email address, because you must have an invitation to get on the WebTalk. At this time, when it goes live, they're still going to be paying 10% revenues in their affiliate program called Social CRM. But that's paid out at 10% at one level. So the time to get into WebTalk is while it's in the beta testing period, and that time is right now.
Right.
You need to be a part of this.
WebTalk is the smartest way to manage.
I see WebTalk as the next giant in social media. It has features and products already lined up for the next 10 years. This, when it goes live, is going to explode.
Wow.
I use the analogy that Facebook has been the mega giant. Facebook has been Goliath. WebTalk will be David.
Wow. Wow, that is so powerful. Well, you heard it from Debbie Booth. She has given us a wealth of information on this morning. And as she said, this is a very time-sensitive matter. Look, it is not going to cost you one dime, not one penny. Where most of us are on social media all day long. Why not put the time and the hours that you spend on social media into a site that is going to compensate you? Now, this is not going to be a compensation for people once this goes public. Remember that. But you have the opportunity to step into a company in its infant stage, and it's offering you, the user, an opportunity to be compensated for helping them become the next big thing. Like they're going to appreciate you by compensating you for pushing them forward to make history. And look, it is, and this piece of history is not going to cost you a dime. And so, for all the skeptics, what is it going to hurt you to follow one of your friends on WebTalk? And at this stage of the process of this company, you have the opportunity to be compensated. I mean, I know for the people that's going to follow me, once Web Talk goes public, you're going to still follow me anyway. So why not follow while you can get paid? It is not going to cost you a dime. It's free. And so, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Let's make it work. If you're a skeptic, you have the opportunity to take this company to the level that the creators are hoping that it can reach. And in turn, they're saying, look, we're making you an investor because you invested your time with beta testing and helping us perfect our product so that we could publicly present it to the world. So this is for you. So I advise you to listen to this podcast, hear what was said. You can go under me, all of you who are listening to this podcast, and you can get your reference from me at www.webtalk.co/Danette.Ray. Again, it's www.webtalk.co/Danette.Ray. I advise you to get on board and get in now. Get in now. Why not get on now? Trust me, when this hits publicly and everyone around the world will have access to Web Talk, it'll be another one of your downloads. So why not get in now? Did you want to say something, Debbie, before we close?
I totally agree with everything that you really brought that all together, Pastor Ray, hitting on the fact that you're only going to be doing what you're already doing. And WebTalk's giving you that opportunity to make money right now doing what you're doing by helping them put this together and present it to the world, because it will get released. You have nothing to lose. This is not multi-level marketing. You are not investing anything. You are not selling anything. You are simply getting in on the ground floor opportunity for the next social media network platform. Really simple. As she said, you're going to come anyway. You're going to follow her anyway. This is your gift and the time to do it.
Anything new, people, they find themselves quickly, getting involved in it. As soon as something comes out new, they're like, yeah, I'm on that too. There's so many things. I had never even heard of Snapchat and this and that and all of that. And so, this is just another platform, right? To get your pictures out, to get your business out, to interact with friends and family. But the unique thing about this is it has been brought to you in its testing stage. And in that testing stage, the creators are offering you a compensation.
Absolutely. That's really it. It's not complicated. That's the stage right now. They're willing to give you some money. So why not join Web Talk now?
Why not join now?
Your friends and set the technology. They learn from the mistakes of the other platforms. You see, they created a hybrid, and then they're taking it to the next level. And they're offering this, like I said, this wonderful ability to say, and it's not all on the same news.
Right.
That is a tremendous benefit.
Right. I hear my other line ringing, but Debbie, I thank you so much for being with us on today, and for all of you that were listening to us live. We just thank you for the lines are ringing. We just thank you for just tuning in and hearing about Web Talk, right? And
Mark your calendar. Mark your calendar for today. This is where you heard it today.
Where you heard that? Say that again, Debbie.
calendar on today's date. This is where you heard about web talk.
And in case you don't know what today's date is September the 25th. This is our new fall show as we return to the Urban Leadership Post podcast, and we return with great opportunity for you. I've always asked God to help me help my community, and we hear of things, they come out, but we have no access to it. And I feel like for the community that I serve, whatever that we can do, let's do this. Let's try this. Let's make this work for us. This is a door open for us, the door open for people in the community that I serve to have an opportunity to be a part of something huge. So why not take it? And so for all of you that are listening today, I know it might not be the norm of something that some of you may think that a pastor does, but when a pastor cares about opening doors for the people that they serve, that they may have a better life, you go for it, because God came and He came to give us an abundant life, and there are so many things that are in our reach. And when opportunity comes, especially opportunity that doesn't cost you anything, it's not going to put you at risk, or not anything like that. Let's work it. Let's work it and see what it can do for us. Again, you can go to www.webtalk.co/Danette Ray to get a reference. Again, to get an invitation, you need an invitation at this point. And by November, the middle or the end of November, it will be public and you won't have this opportunity. And so I beseech you to take this opportunity now while the company is at this stage. So again, go to www.webtalk.co/Danette.Ray. I thank you, Debbie, for coming on this morning and sharing with our listeners this wonderful opportunity. I've been a skeptic on a lot of things that I put my money on. You understand what I'm saying? I was skeptical, but I still put my money on it, because, in faith is about taking a risk, and so if you are a person of faith, always know, even though things may oh, please, faith is about taking a risk. And this is a risk this is about taking your faith and believing in something that you do not have to put out anything for. You don't have to put out anything tangible. You don't have to put out your money. I've put my money, again, on many things that I took a risk on, and I put money on it. This, you don't have to put anything on it, but put your fingers to creating your profile and going after other referrals. That's all it's going to take you. And so, Debbie, I would like you to close this podcast today with your last thoughts of what you would want our listeners to take with them from this podcast.
Okay. Well, first off, again, I want to thank you, Pastor Ray, for allowing me this opportunity to share this. This is something that is very, very special to me. I do believe this was, for me, a divine appointment, and I'm taking this very seriously. I do want to share this with the world. I do want everyone to live a life of abundance. It bothers me that people struggle every day.
Every day.
And if I can help bless people with some money, any amount of money is better than what you're getting, doing what you're doing right now. As a matter of fact, when you hang up from this podcast, you're probably going over to Facebook.
Right.
So with that being said, this is that opportunity to get on that platform right now that does have a potential to put some not slept for a week. I am inviting everyone that I can possibly think of to bless them with this opportunity, because I was blessed with this opportunity. And I will quote Dr. Shipley when to close this out, and I'm going to encourage every one of you to contact Pastor Ray at the site that she gave you. That's how you contact her and get your invitation. It is by invitation only. But my favorite quote, his favorite quote is, when you want something you've never had, you must
do something you've never done. Well, thank you, Debbie, and thank you to all the listeners for listening to today's Urban Leadership Post podcast. God bless you and have a blessed day.